All right, so I never heard of Baki before, and I blame this YouTube channel right here for getting me hooked.
Yeah? Okay.
I saw your video and I thought, oh, this is funny. It's like JoJo. And then I realized, wait, this isn't a JoJo reference. This is another show. This is, Baki the Grappler. And I gotta say, I needed this. I needed a rabbit hole to fall down. You know, I needed to just immerse myself in some insane anime. And there's something really good about that, about getting hyper fixated on something that just encapsulates you, where you're like, I need an escape. The world kind of sucks right now. What can I watch? I'm gonna watch this ridiculous show that doesn't make any sense, where a character gets punched in the rib cage, shatters said rib cage, and then somehow that same guy is standing 5 minutes later in a hospital, because that makes sense. And that's Baki in a nutshell. Again, this is a story about hyperfixation. It's not a deep dive. This is a nerd out. I gotta say, it makes me excited, you know, for shonen. I will admit it. It's just so much fun. Who gives a shit anymore? I'll eat it up. Baki versus Yujiro. Biscuit Oliva versus the sponsor of this video, Opera. Yeah, there it is. Deal with it.
All right, if you insist, I'll oblige you.
Hey, real talk, if you're terminally online like me, then I highly recommend Opera GX. Baki uses it. No, I don't know if he does, actually. The narrator for Baki uses Opera GX. Earlier this year, I downloaded Opera GX for free, and it's been my go-to browser ever since. And let me tell you why. Remember anime? Of course you do, you precious nerd. Now you can combine your online browsing experience with anime via GX mods. Download the anime mod and experience custom background music, keyboard sounds, opening and closing tab sound, a custom theme and colors for the browser, an anime dedicated wallpaper, and best of all, listen to me, is that this is just one of many mods available to download on the GX store. There's a ton more. And also, you can disable or enable mods and individual mods in the mod menu on the sidebar. And these are just, again, a few of the mods you can hit up and use to customize your Opera GX browser. Like, I'm legit such a fan of the animated wallpapers via the Opera add-ons. You got Spirited Away, you got Boruto's dad, and the best anime princess of all, Saul Goodman. Another cool feature I like is how my video player will pop out, so I can keep watching my video even though I'm scrubbing through like my Twitter feed or going through my calendar for the day. I don't have to miss a moment of my video while tabbing out to do work. Also, there's a wide variety of apps on the Opera sidebar, such as Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok, so you can easily access them all while browsing the web at the same time. All of your social media power right at your fingertips. Like Baki and his fingertips. Though there's a lot of broken fingers in the show, so maybe not that. Speaking of convenience, Opera GX is also equipped with an import tool that allows you to quickly import all your settings from your previous browser to GX, like browsing history, bookmarks, and cookies. Cookies? So, stop torturing yourself with your dinosaur browser, hit up the link in the description down below, and download Opera GX today. It's free and full of quality of life features and customizations that makes browsing the internet a blast. Go hit them up today.
That face.
All right, back to the video. I watched this show in a week, and I made a grave mistake in the process. I discovered that, first off, I did not, as a matter of fact, watch the entire show in a week. I watched the Netflix stuff. I watched Baki. I watched Baki Season 2, The Great Raitai Tournament, and I watched Hanma Baki, Son of Ogre. That's what I watched on Netflix, and I did not realize that what I was doing was the equivalent of watching Better Call Saul before Breaking Bad, which ironically, I did that. I watched Better Call Saul before Breaking Bad, the same way I'm watching Baki 2018 through 2021. I'm doing it in reverse, and I guess that explains why I was so confused. But even then, I don't think it matters. I had fun regardless. And I just kept going and watching until I just absorbed it all. It's even better because this show got me back into the gym. Like, wow, I'm one of those guys. I don't care. I'll wear that medal with pride. I don't care if anime inspires me to go to the gym. I'm at the gym. That's all that matters. You know, here I am lifting weights, wanting to be stronger, just like Yujiro, even though I know I can't be. You know, he's beating up elephants and I'm just doing dumbbell, presses. So, I felt even more stupid when I realized that the creator of this series has been mentioned before on my channel. It's Keisuke Itagaki. And this guy is the father of the creator of Beastars, Paru Itagaki. I'm trying my best to say these names correctly. So I'm stupid. Like, I'm like, oh, who's the creator of Baki? Keisuke Itagaki, huh? Interesting. Saber, you mentioned this before. You talked about this guy before. You're so stupid. Yes, the answer is yes. But here I am to atone and give him a proper call out because Baki's pretty freaking, like, famous in Japan. You know, it's a really successful manga and now anime. Well, it's been an anime for a while, but I guess getting that, polish on Netflix with another addition to its saga. So I will try to give a brief synopsis about Baki. I will fail in this attempt, but I will try. So what I first witnessed was a bunch of criminals breaking out of jail because of something called like the Singularity, and how these guys just intrinsically know that it's time to go fuck shit up. You got a guy who's like an opera singer with like dental floss. You got this one guy where you touch him and get poisoned. Got this other guy who like put knives and like bombs in his body. Another guy who like climbs on walls like a gecko. And then some other guy who somehow like went into a coma and like swam his way out of it through his mind. Go figure. In the process, I got introduced to, I guess, characters who were around in the original Baki stuff. There's this guy who's like a oh god, what's the gang over there in Japan? The one gang they have? Shoot, what's it called?
Yakuza.
Well, this guy's from a Japanese mafia. He's got a badass tattoo. There's this guy named like Dopo Orochi. He's got an eye patch. He's voiced by Steve Bloom, I believe. Got like Baki, of course. Got his girlfriend. I'm not sure if she's new. And you got Baki's dad, Yujiro, which I'm pretty sure I've seen him before, like in memes, but now I've seen these modern memes of him and I truly understand. I really understand this Breaking Bad joke now.
Wow. Calm down.
So Yujiro is like the greatest fighter of all time. Baki's dad here. He can just do anything. He's stronger than nations. This guy can like scare off the US military alone. I guess bombs and fire don't do anything to a person's skin. We can punch that hard. And the show itself is so full of like phony science and will dictate when like continuity applies. And I love that. I love how unhinged and chaotic this show is. And that's part of the fun, where there's moments where it's like, there's a scene where some guy's like, this is why if you put in a cage, like a cage match with a cat, the cat's so fast, it's going to win, even if you have a sword. And I'm like, that's not true. It's actually objectively wrong.
Let's say you put a man and a cat together in a cage to fight it out. The man knows that physically, he's not in the same league as the cat. Even though he may be dozens of times heavier and stronger.
And then there's a scene where like these 3 police guards are like beating up on somebody. And God bless the narrator. I love the narrator. It really helps with the presentation of the series. The narrator's like, no matter what happens, 3 people, even if they're amateurs, will defeat one who's better than them. It's like, okay, well, again, objectively wrong because they lost. It's like, this is where certain logic of the show applies, where they're like, a gun can penetrate just about anything. But if a fist punches a gun, it won't work. I just love it. I just love it. It feels like a bunch of kids being like, here's the new rules. I'm actually bulletproof because my imagination said so. Okay, well, my imagination says that I'm now a dinosaur. I'm gonna fight you. That's pretty strong. My imagination says I have extra joints in my hands, and now I can fight you. It's like, okay, sure, anything goes, Why not? Fuck it, it's Muhammad Ali's son. He's a good fighter until he cries. Fuck it. You want to get strong? Drink sugar water. Fuck it. If you want to find a praying mantis, just imagine it. It's shadowboxing. It makes sense. The show will try to use like real life things where it's like, you know, here's the significance of a boxing person and how they fight in actuality. Now, none of it fucking matters because it's make-believe land. Who cares?
You son of a bitch, that hurts! I can see this is gonna be a long night.
Love it. I love it. It's just it's so outrageous and so pomp and circumstance oriented with crazy, like, you know, 5-minute tangents. Like when I first watched the show, I'm like, where's Baki? I'm following this bearded opera singer with dental floss. Is this like the moment where like 5 episodes passed and I'm like, where's Baki? And he finally showed up. So like you follow a bunch of side characters and really hold to them, and I'm okay with it. I figured it out really quickly where I'm like, oh, that's just the fucking show. Let's celebrate martial arts. Let's celebrate the human condition when it comes to sports and our physical peaks, but also now I'm a dinosaur and we unfroze a caveman from 250 million years ago. We need a scientist to explain it. Who can we get? I don't know. Fuck it. Albert Einstein. He's not an anthropologist. He's a physicist. Who cares? He's a nerd. Make him explain it. Why not? So the synopsis is Baki and all this colorful cast of characters just fighting each other, trying to be the strongest. You know, strength is everything. It's all that matters, whether it's through raw power or whether it is through martial arts and training, whether it's through, you know, taking steroids and extending your limbs, whether you're biting, whether you're punching, who cares? Just get strong. That's all that matters in life. You want to get strong? Okay, well, here's your dad watching you about to make love to your girlfriend and him being like, this is really good. Make sure Baki gets... Make sure you really throw it back because that'll make you strong, Baki. All right, thumbs up. I gotta go now. And I'm not even joking. That was in the show. And also, by the way, I watched the English dub. Yes, I'm a dub scum. I don't care. I thought the dub was a lot of fun, though. I dig it. I don't really dig the 3D animation moments and like the earlier, like the 2018 and 2020 like Baki seasons. I'm pretty sure it was in just the 2018 one. But there's moments where we get the 2D animation give way to 3D, and it's not seamless. It's very obvious. I guess for like, you know, money reasons to save money for animation, but it's jarring during those transitions, and they stop it in the Son of Ogre. But I feel like maybe the show could even have a narrator being like, and that moment, Dopo Orochi turned into a 3D animated character, because as one knows, 3D animation is one number higher than 2D, and that is strong. By the way, I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Jaxblade here. He's been a longtime fan of Baki. He's done some Baki videos on his own successful YouTube channel. He gave me a rundown about the series. He was the one who's like, don't do a video essay, just talk about your passion. That's what's fun. And I'm like, you know what, I agree, let's do it. And he told me like that Baki started as a manga, how in 1991, and how it was very successful. I actually am gonna buy the manga here soon because apparently like Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are like in the manga. I saw Obama and George Bush in the anime, so this show's not afraid to get realistic with it.
No way, that's my house!
That's right. Today, I'm at the home of none other than Mr. George Bush, the current president of the United States himself.
What's the meaning of all this?
I'm coming in.
So if I could really just summarize though why I love the show, it really is just presentation. The colorful characters, the crazy fighting, the moments that tries to like paint a picture of like praising the human form when it comes to fighting, when it comes to sports, when it comes to pushing the envelope of the human physique and capabilities. That's cool. I think it's neat. You know, body and mind kind of stuff. Not as deep as like Dune with body and mind, but more of a, you know, hey, I can fight an elephant, I can fight a T-Rex, bring it. And that's fun. It's just outrageous, silly fun. And I'm here for it. I needed it. There's just something that's so wonderful about finding an escape in media. Not in ignorance, but more of like a bliss of like, I just need to get my mind off of things. The world sucks. It just does. And sometimes, you know, it's just nice to get lost in something. And for Baki, I got lost. Oh, I'll tell you what my favorite part of the show is. Biscuit Oliva. I love this character, and I really enjoyed just how apparently he's modeled after a real like Mr. Universe kind of guy, a bodybuilder, and they really nailed it. Like the bodybuilder compared to Biscuit Oliva, they look very close. Now there's moments where Biscuit goes a bit, off the charts, but like he's a fun character. He's smart. He's well written. I love all the talking. There's a lot of dialogue. A lot of let's pause the fight and just stand here and talk about what my next move is, and also. Please, Daddy, love me, Daddy, please, please, please. That's the show, and it's fun. I like the back and forth of the dialogue. I like these, one-upisms of like, hey, how do I beat this? Oh, I know. I'll bring a gun and store it in my chest or a grenade launcher. Or how about this new technique? It's called breathing. I'll just breathe on you and blow you up because now the narrator will explain for the next 5 minutes. Biscuit Oliva, what's he fighting for? His beautiful wife, there she is. And she'll flick a cigarette right at his face. Oh, what's this? It's Yujiro. What's he doing now? I guess he's just walking through a riot police squad like he owns the place, so he can fight a caveman by walking through glass. Sure. And also there's a lot of urine. There's a lot of urine. So like, yeah, the escalation of it all, the power scaling of it all, I'm here for it. It's fun. I know this was a very sloppy, explanation of me watching Baki, but let me have this one. Let me just recommend something to you all that's fun. I know that there are other videos out there that will go into greater detail about the series, the manga, the anime, the story arcs, just specifics. I'm a fan. That's what this is. This is a gushing recommendation from a dorky fan who found something that took his mind off of things, who really enjoyed it, and has been going to the gym ever since, lifting weights, listening to the soundtrack, and walking on the Stairmaster while watching the episodes. And I'm excited that there's more for me to watch. Apparently the best was behind me, so I'm gonna go watch the original stuff and work my way back up to where I am. So, hey, folks, if you've seen Baki, let me know what you all think down in the comments, what you think of the anime, the manga, anything. Let me know what you think about my video, my own thoughts, if I'm right about Biscuit Oliva being the coolest guy ever, or if I'm wrong. And also let me know in the comments what the name of the Japanese mafia is. I can't remember. If only I could use my biggest muscle, my brain. The brain is the biggest muscle after all. And by using his brain, Saberspark was able to be strong. Nah, I'm stupid. Watch this show. It's great.
He could still administer the world's most powerful fuck you.